Hello and welcome. Today, I want to be speaking with you about some codes. You're about to receive some codes from me. So, for this video, I just want you to be in an open, receptive state because it's going to elevate your frequency. It's going to make you feel better and you're going to enjoy. You're going to enjoy it. You'll receive inspiration and motivation. And it will increase the probability of your higher timelines collapsing. So come on in here. I start to giggle when I get a lot of like high frequency energy, so I giggle a lot. What I want to share with you, it is some codes, some reality hacking codes, but I also want to share that there are 3 new programs on my website that will get you ready for 2024. And it's really funny if you're watching this in the quote unquote future, because there is only the now. So know that whatever is on my website when you're watching this will serve you in the highest and easiest way. And the codes that you're getting in this video is also of service for you and your reality. So the codes. I got a song in my head. In different area codes. So for today, I want to be speaking with you. Well, as I'm speaking, you're receiving energy. So all of my stuff is for people who are energetically sensitive, who understand that we live in a world that's everything is frequency, everything is energy. So even as you're interacting with another person, you're interacting with their frequency. So right now you're interacting with my frequency, you're receiving frequency from me. And it is my intention to deliver to you frequencies of unconditional love, of support, of compassion, and activate these frequencies within yourself. And the codes that I want to share with you today are related to the heart consciousness. And I know I've been talking about the heart consciousness a lot before, and I'm going to be keeping on talking about the heart consciousness. And I love how the heart consciousness is so beautifully linked in, or that's how I do it. I link our heart consciousness with subconscious reprogramming because I like to, in this quantum world, make people wake up to the realization that they can have anything they want, they can create anything they want, and it's possible for them, but we just remove the programming that stops it. And this is why I do a lot of heart activations, because when you are operating from your heart, when you're operating from unconditional love, you can listen to my heart consciousness activation, by the way. If you're operating from your heart consciousness, from unconditional love, then what harm can you do? So there's even sometimes a point in some of my client work where we reached a point in his like transformation where he felt guilty for having so much free time. And then we had to work on guilt for having a lot of free time. So it's really interesting the places you can end up in as you start to remove the layers of subconscious reprogramming. And I'm linking this with unconditional love, and you can call it source, you can call it God, you can call it however you want to call it. But the awareness of unconditional love loves and accepts you for all of who you are, for everything that you are. And then, you are a spark of God. You have that God source energy in you, or else you wouldn't be existing because you are a part of existence. So extend that unconditional love to yourself right now, just for a little moment. Remove all guilt and shame for anything and everything that's you've ever done in the past. Forgive yourself, forgive another. It doesn't mean that we justify or we say anything bad that we did to another person is okay, or anything bad that another person did to us is okay. Absolutely not. That's a whole other realm. I can make a video about that, about boundaries and reading people. That's going to be a good one. But extend that love source energy to yourself, to your heart. Feel that genuinely in yourself, that you can forgive yourself for the quote unquote past. It is all now anyways. And holding on to resentment towards yourself or holding on to grudges is only going to hold you from moving into an expanded version of yourself, an elevated version of yourself. So as I'm saying this, you might feel a bit of like relief of that already starting to flow in, and that it's like, it's okay to forgive. It's okay to let go. It's okay. And when we feel the higher frequencies, when we feel kindness, when we feel compassion, joy, gratitude, those are the ones that we always want to share with other people, because those are supportive of life. And that's why when we feel this overflow of energy, of high frequency energy, and it doesn't mean being all like woohoo crazy. It's just, wow, there's so much kindness in my heart. I actually just want to do an act of generosity for another person, just because that's unconditional love, you know? And that is then felt and received on the other end, and then they feel it, and then they want to do it, and there's a beautiful ripple effect. So it's just like, oh. And if ever we all do this, it's like, where are we gonna end up? Heaven on earth, you know? I'm visionary, but I'm gonna keep on holding the vision. So I'm just inviting you. It's just an invitation. You can take it or leave it. But to, bring compassion into yourself and forgive yourself for anything that's happened to you in the past. I wasn't prepared to be saying this, so apparently this is what wanted to be said today. So whoever is watching, this is what's needed to land. And I love this way that I work, because for those of you who know me, you know that I'm, multidimensional, frequential, subconscious, reprogramming, quantum hacker. That's how I like to work. So I like to listen to what the energy calls me forth to do. And this is it. Okay, so that was step number 1, forgiveness. Step number 2 is about connection. So there's a lot of loneliness and isolation in this world, and the way that society has been built up, especially in the Western world, has created so much loneliness. And also with COVID as well, it's just like another, obviously, I luckily didn't experience that so much during COVID, but a lot of people experienced so much isolation and loneliness during that time. And it's already common in the modern society. You know, you have your apartment, you just go to work, and that whole thing. And it's not as common as before to live in a tribe or to live in a community. That used to be the norm back in the day. And most people now have children later in life, and most people usually have 1 or 2 kids, whilst before, they had 7, and you had your little tribe. So isolation and loneliness has become very common, and as a lot of times a reason or common cause of suicide. So step number 2 is, as you're working on your frequency, start to connect with other people who are like-minded. Start to extend that feeling to others. Start to connect with others, because what you're doing then, if you're operating from your heart consciousness and you are connecting with other people who are operating from their heart consciousness, what is happening beyond what we can see on the physical level is very impactful. So on a frequency level, so if everything is frequency and everything is energy, if you're operating from your heart consciousness and you're connecting with other people who are operating from their heart consciousness and operating from their heart consciousness, you are creating a collective field of unconditional love. That is extremely powerful. And, we see this with, communities coming together, or, people coming to satsangs and sitting with the guru, going into group meditations. The impact that has on the collective is very strong. And that is what is changing the collective. And that is what's helping shift humanity. And connecting with other people who are like-minded, who are, supportive of you on your journey, will also make the path easier for you. We're not destined to do everything alone. We're a tribe people. We're supposed to come together. And this is also what the whole Ascension, journey is apart. And this is why we haven't gotten a seat on the Galactic Federation yet, because we have some work to do as a species, hybrid species as we are. We need to, well, I'm not going to say we need to, but, the spiritual ascension is moving us towards coming together. And the spiritual communities are really working hard on making that happen, so that we can operate as a harmonious whole here on the planet. So that's why I'm bringing it back to heart consciousness. And a lot of people think, oh, if I just operate from unconditional love, I'm just going to be like blah-de-da, not do anything. I know so many powerful people who are creating the most incredible technology, the most incredible communities, the most incredible centers, the most incredible healing centers that are operating from their heart consciousness, that are creating new monetary systems. They're literally creating the new earth, and they are totally operating from their heart consciousness. They wouldn't want to create a new earth if they weren't operating from their heart consciousness. So, this whole illusion of like, oh, if I'm love and all of that, I'm just gonna be a hippie, just doing nothing. It's just such an illusion. Because a beautiful thing, too, is when you operate from your heart consciousness, you're fueled by source. You're fueled by your higher self, because when you're connected to your heart consciousness, you connect to your higher self. Who's like, hello, I can give you guidance 24/7. It's gonna be easy now. So that's why I'm just extending this invitation to connect to your heart. And if that's unfamiliar for you, listen to the heart consciousness activation. Simply bringing your attention to your heart and asking yourself, what would unconditional love do right now? And you don't have to ask, like, what would Jesus be like now? Like, oh, try to be this like elevated person, and actually you have really deep, unresolved emotions towards another. Obviously, it's a process, and if you need help with that, then that's why we have so many healing tools now, like subconscious reprogramming. So we all need support in our journey, and that's why I find so fascinating too. There's so many healing tools out there, but subconscious reprogramming I find so fascinating because the world, the universe is mental, and subconscious reprogramming goes straight to the programming of the mental. If you know me, you know that I like shortcuts. So I like fast tracks. So subconscious reprogramming is very effective in that way because it changes your electromagnetic field. The reality, just by law of physics, reflects that back to you. So I find that super fascinating. I love combining the world of spirituality and science. I think a merging of those two together is what we need. So that was step number 2. And step number 3 is an invitation to be a little bit more light-hearted, not to take life so seriously. And I can relate to that. I can take life pretty seriously sometimes because I'm, on a mission. So I still take life pretty seriously sometimes, but it's important to break that up with being lighthearted. With the cracking a joke, watching something silly, just hanging out with your friends and being stupid and just laughing. Laughter is so healing. That's what they say. It's not what they say. Like a laughter a day keeps no, it's an apple a day. I don't know. Maybe we have some like Mandela effect going on right now. But a laugh. Did I just make that up? A laugh a day keeps the doctor away. Anyways, just laugh. Laugh more. Be silly. Break it up, because that also creates a instant reality shift. Sometimes on a day, if you're like, oh, I feel a bit down, it's been a heavy day and this and that, and then some person manages to just tickle your funny bone and make you laugh, and you're like, oh, you feel this sweet relief, and you're almost like, no, but I had all of these worries that I was worrying about, but it was just so funny that you're just laughing, and so in the moment of laughing, all of that just disappeared. That's amazing. That's an instant reality shift. So bring more laughter and joy into your life. Bring more silliness, more goofiness. Don't take life so seriously. And that will help to keep things a little bit less heavy as you're doing this work as well. Because I know a lot of you good souls are watching this. Like, you're doing the work, you're doing the healing. You probably have had lots of, ceremonies, and you're like reparenting yourself, and you're learning about conscious communication and authentic relating and how to be a good person and how to be strong in your values, and so much that you are already doing on yourself, which I honor so much. I know that in and of itself can feel like a full-time job sometimes. So in order to break that up a bit and feel a bit more like, well, okay, I can relax, like I can chill, have more silly, goofy time. Just, find your favorite stand-up comedy, or, do something silly, dance around in your room, or crack jokes with your friends, whatever tickles your funny bone. I have certain things that tickle my funny bone, and you probably have certain things that tickle your funny bone. So make a note. Make a note. Write down, what are the things that tickle my funny bones, and what can I do this week to experience more of that? So I guess that was your homework. So I had no idea I was going to give you 3 steps today, but here's the 3 steps. And if you're interested in subconscious reprogramming, feel free to visit my website. I'm more than happy to support you on your journey. I absolutely love seeing people just flourish into the fullness of who they are and experience more love and more abundance and more confidence and transform. And it's such a gift to be a part of that journey. So feel free to message me, ask me any questions if you're curious. Really helps if you do the like and you subscribe. It helps me to make more of these videos. And I will see you in the next one.